If you'd like to become a better speaker and a better communicator, then here are 5 things that could help. Being articulate is definitely not just about sounding smart. And when you're someone who knows what they want, it's even more important the way you communicate and speak to others. The first step to improving your speaking skills is to actually listen more, and not just listen anyhow, but to listen actively through active listening. And for those of you who don't know what that means, active listening is when you fully focus on the person speaking in order to understand their message and be able to give a more thoughtful response. Active listening is a very good way to improve your speaking skills, because speaking is not only about what you say, but the way you act and hold yourself. You're also able to reflect and really take your time before you give a response and not just speak the first thing that comes to mind. It'll also make the other person feel like you're listening to them and not just hearing them. Everyone is different and have different experiences when it comes to anxiety, but personally, I can say that active listening can help me reduce my anxiety, as it helps me slow down a little bit, and through that, it will also make you feel and appear more confident. When you're thinking about a response while listening to someone else talking, that's like a double task in itself. So if you instead try to listen to what they're saying, you will ramble less because, okay, you have understood what they've said, hopefully. A simple exercise to do when it comes to active listening is to try and summarize what the person previously said before adding your opinion. Do this with a grain of salt, because you can't do it after every sentence that someone says, because that might be a little bit annoying, you know? But if someone is, for example, telling you a story and you're trying to understand and wrap your head around it, you might be like, okay, I understood that you meant this, this, and this. Is this what you meant? And then you can give your response by that. I think one of the biggest misconceptions when it comes to people who we think are very good speakers is that they use big words, but that is really not the case. People who speak good have a skill in using simple words but still conveying a message that can both be direct and indirect but still be understood. All you need to know how to do is to be able to communicate. This can be done by using a very, very simple language. Let me give you an example of how this can sound like. Using simple and precise language demonstrates control over the subject matter. Clear expression reflects understanding. And I'm sure if I would have continued to blabber on, y'all would have been lost a long time ago, but I'm not gonna do that to y'all. When you're trying to explain something and communicate, they are not trying to learn new hard words. They're not trying to hear all of that. And also, when your language is more straightforward, people are more likely to remember what you've just said, which is what you want. Something most of us miss is that speaking is non-verbal. Non-verbal communication is read through our body language, and almost 90% of communication and speaking is done non-verbally. Let's say I was sitting like this and talking about this topic, and I was just caved in and I was just talking so slow. I wasn't even making eye contact with the camera. You guys will probably be less engaged in watching this video, because remember, even when you're not speaking, people are still reading. They're still reading your body language. Whatever expression you show, it's something that we are reading constantly, consciously or unconsciously. Is something that is always going on in our minds. Nonverbal communication can really help your listener to be more attentive and stay interested, especially during long explanations such as the one you're watching right now. Tip number 4 is to remember to just and relax. Because if you're feeling stuck when you speak, your body language might actually mirror that feeling outwardly. You might look very tense in your body language. In order to fix this or help improve, it starts with the mind by being more mindful of the way you're breathing. Maybe you're someone who breathes very fast, because when you get stressed, when you're about to talk to someone, you know, it just becomes a lot. Some people, when they're nervous, their voice gets raspy, or they get dry and unable to swallow water, or you get sweaty palms, or you feel cold. That's also a thing, and that comes from also just knowing yourself. The last tip on improving your speaking and communication skills is to train and repeat. None of us are born speakers. It's something that we learn and work on being better at. A very simple way of doing this is literally recording yourself in the mirror and seeing the way you talk. We should start a YouTube channel and talk to yourself, okay? Whether it's practicing how you'd you'd ask for a raise to your employer, or how people just perceive you as a person when you speak. Practicing in a safe environment, such as in your room or with a friend, for example, or with a parent, makes it easier when you're actually put in those situations. To put it simple, practicing at home in a safe environment highlights areas of improvement. So make sure to practice, because practice really does make perfect. So I want to leave you guys with a little challenge, okay? I want you guys to grab your phone, okay? I want you guys to record yourself talking to yourself 2 minutes about your day every single day for a week. Take that footage and analyze the way you speak. And don't do this in a performative way. Just do it like you would normally. Do that and come back to this video and comment how it went, because I'm actually interested in knowing how it goes for you guys. All right, thank you so much for watching this video. If you did find it helpful, make sure to subscribe for more content and give this video a huge thumbs up, and comment down below if you have any questions or things you'd like to share. And I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.
I guess, yeah. So I'm not with nobody, cause I don't wanna hurt nobody.